Close your eyes. You're sitting in total darkness. It's 40,000 years ago. You've been awake for 12 hours. You hunted. You ate. Your family is safe. And then you hear something. A sound you have never heard before. Not an animal. Not wind. Something coming from a person. That moment, that exact moment, is what we're talking about today. Because music didn't come from a piano or a record label or a streaming algorithm. Music came from us, from something so deep inside human biology that even now, scientists still can't agree on why it happened. And I'm going to tell you the real story. The one that starts in a cave in Germany with a dead vulture and one very curious human being. To understand how music was discovered, you first have to understand what the world sounded like before it existed. Wind through trees, rain on rock, animals calling in the dark. For 300,000 years, those were the only sounds humans knew. But here's what's fascinating. Humans were already making sound. Not music, but sound. When a mother hums to calm a crying infant, that behavior has been recorded in every single human culture ever studied. Everyone. No exceptions. Ethnomusicologist Joseph Jordania found that rhythmic group vocalization shows up across every human society on Earth, separated by oceans, by mountains, by tens of thousands of years. Same behavior. He argued it wasn't a coincidence. He argued it was biological, because rhythm isn't something humans invented. Rhythm is something humans are. But then something happened, something small, something so simple it almost feels stupid in hindsight. Someone hit something, not in anger, not to hunt, just to see what sound it made. And that is where the real story begins. In 1995, in a cave called Divji Babe in Slovenia, archaeologists found a bare thigh bone roughly the size of your forearm. It had 4 holes, evenly spaced, deliberately carved. Musicologists analyzed those holes and found something that made everyone go silent. The holes were positioned to produce a scale, a recognizable musical scale. This bone was 60,000 years old. Now, there is debate about whether Neanderthals made it or whether it's just a bone chewed by a very musically gifted wolf. Sure, but there's no debate about what came next. Because in 2008, in Hohlefels, Germany, archaeologists found a vulture bone, 22 centimeters long, 5 finger holes, perfectly, and I mean perfectly, spaced, 40,000 years old. And this one? Nobody argues about this one. That flute tells us something extraordinary. 40,000 years ago, a human being, just like you, looked at a vulture wing bone and didn't eat it, didn't use it as a weapon. They held it up to the light, and then spent hours, maybe days, carefully drilling 5 holes at exact intervals that would produce correct pitches. That person understood acoustics. That person understood music. Now, I want to tell you a story. This part is mine, but it's based on everything archaeologists know. Her name is something we'd never be able to pronounce. Let's call her Ara. She's 17. Small group, maybe 30 people. One afternoon, while the others rest, Ara is turning a vulture bone in her fingers. Something about it caught her eye. The hollow center, the way light passed through it. She holds it to her lips, not sure why, and blows. A sound comes out. Not music, not yet. The sound made people look at her. And in a world where survival depends entirely on your relationships, that mattered. Over the following weeks, the instrument was refined. 1 hole, then 2, then 4, then 5. Not because someone told her to, because it felt better. Because the sounds those holes made triggered something in the human brain we still, to this day, cannot fully explain. Scientists call it the chills. You know that feeling? A song hits a specific note and your entire spine just lights up. Scientists have a name for it. Frisson, F-R-I-S-S-O-N. French word means shiver. And here's where it gets strange. In 2001, neuroscientist Anne Blood at McGill University scanned brains of people listening to music that gave them chills. The parts of the brain that activated were the same parts that activate when you eat food when you're starving, the same parts that activate when you're in love. Music, just organized vibrations in the air, was triggering the brain's reward system. The same system evolution built to keep you alive. So why would the brain reward you for something as useless, from a survival standpoint, as music? 3 theories, and none of them are boring. Theory 1, music is fake language. Your brain processes music on the same pathways as speech. And since language means safety, connection, belonging, your brain hears music and thinks, someone is communicating with me. I'm not alone. Dopamine. Theory 2. Music is emotional contagion. A minor chord sounds like crying, a rapid drum beat sounds like a running predator, a slow melody sounds like someone breathing peacefully. Your brain hears music and catches the emotion embedded in it, against your will. Theory 3, my personal favorite. Music trains the brain to predict. Your brain learns the pattern, and the moment music fulfills that expectation, it rewards you. That dopamine hit when the chorus drops, that's your brain congratulating itself for predicting the future. You're not just listening, you're playing a game, and winning feels incredible. After Ara and everyone like her figured out that sound could move people, it spread fast. In 1988, archaeologist Igor Reznikov spent months inside the painted caves of Chauvet, France, with a single candle, humming to himself. And he noticed something extraordinary. Every single cave painting was located at the point where sound resonated most strongly, where the echo was loudest. He tested 97 locations, 88 of them. The art sat exactly where the acoustics peaked. These weren't just art galleries, they were concert halls. Ancient humans painted in those spots because standing there, making sound, made the entire cave feel alive. They built their first places of worship around sound. Before gods had names, before prayers had words, there was music. And by 10,000 years ago, in Sumer, modern-day Iraq, someone wrote music down on clay tablets and deliberately preserved it because music had become important enough to save, not just to perform, to remember, to pass down. Here's the thing. Every empire that ever existed tried to control music. Rome, China, the Soviets. Not weapons, not food, music, because sound moves people in ways that nothing else can, and nothing in 40,000 years has ever stopped it. Music is the oldest thing humans ever made, older than cities, older than writing. It's the one thread connecting you to every human who ever lived. That feeling didn't change. You didn't change. So maybe go find that sound again